So in this video, we're going to talk about how to write sales pressure. Writing sales pressure is a great way to suck all the money out of your sales letter like a vampire would suck blood out of a human. This is one of those things that you absolutely need when you write any kind of sales letter. You cannot go without having this. So stick around to the end to find out how to write sales pressure. So writing sales pressure is basically what we're doing here is we're motivating a buying decision. We want someone to buy right now. We do not want them to buy 10 minutes from now. We want them to buy right now, because if they do not buy your product right now, then you've basically lost a sale. And this has cost millions of dollars of potential revenue that salespeople can make. So I'm actually going to recommend that you read a book called The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. He goes more in depth into this, but I'm going to cover some of what he teaches. So the first way that you can write sales pressure is what he calls intimidation. And there's a few ways that you can do this. So the first way is going to be, I only have so many. And then there's most people will buy, and then there's you will only buy if, you can only qualify if, right? So if we touch on the first one, I only have so many. This creates a sense of scarcity. So what you're doing here is you're basically saying, look, I only have 1,000 of these books, and once they're gone, they're gone. So you're taking something away from this person. The second one is going to be most people will buy. So what you're doing here is you're creating a bandwagon effect. So if you look at like Facebook advertising or online advertising in general, when that first became popular way back around like 2012 through 16, right? A few people tried it out, saw incredible results, and then more and more people started doing it, and now everyone advertises online. That created a bandwagon effect. So the way you would write this could be something like this. Thousands of businesses are seeing incredible results from this, and more are joining every single day because of this. So if you choose not to do this, at some point you're gonna get left behind because of your own decision. So that would be a way that you could write like most people will buy. You would just word it a little differently depending on what you're trying to sell. Now, the third thing we're gonna talk about is this, is you will only buy this if. So what you're doing with this one is you're specifically calling out the person that you want to buy. The example I'm going to give you might seem a little counterintuitive, but that's kind of the point with this one, is we're trying to go after a certain kind of person, right? So let's say I'm selling dog training. I could say something like this. You should only buy this course if you have a dog that's absolutely terrible on a leash. Otherwise, you should go look somewhere else because I don't think this is going to help you. So that's going to get the people who have a dog that's absolutely terrible, but that's going to get some people who might start thinking that their dog's terrible and they're actually going to come and buy from you. And that sounds counterintuitive because it sounds like I'm shunning people away from buying my stuff, but you're actually going to bring specific people to you because of that. And then the last one is going to be you can only qualify if. So these are real popular for applications. So think like American Express Black Card, right? You would say something like this: we only want to work with a certain amount of people, so you can go ahead and apply and we'll call you and see if you're a good fit. Because what you're doing there is you are specifically picking out who it is you want in this program. You know, you don't want anybody to join your program because you can't help just anybody. So you can actually, so an application and this type of sales pressure lets you weasel your way through the people that apply and only select the people that you absolutely want to work with. So the other way that you can write sales pressure is by demonstrating ROI, and you can do this in two ways, and I'm going to try to explain them to you. There's one is making money from this purchase, and the second one is going to be saving money. So if we look at making money from this purchase, you would write this in a way where it says that, you know, you're going to be investing XYZ amount of dollars in this product, but the amount of money you'll be able to make from it will bring you 10 times the return. So like Facebook advertising, right? You can say something like, look, you'll be investing $9.97 on this Facebook advertising course, but you're gonna learn the scaling strategies that consistently make the top players in the game millions of dollars every single month. So you can tell me what you would prefer. It's spending $1,000 to potentially make millions, or not knowing how to do anything. Second way that you could write this would be, again, saving money as opposed to making it. If you want to say something like saving money, you could say if you go and buy coffee for $5 a day for 12 months, you're spending XYZ amount of dollars, and for what, 20 minutes of happiness? That's not going to be making you money at all. In fact, you're spending money on coffee. So if you invest in this course for only XYZ, you're actually going to be saving $300 a year instead of buying coffee, and you're gonna get a product that can help you potentially make money in the future. Kind of mixed both of them together with that one. I prefer the whole making money approach, as I think that's easier to write. But a way that you would write the saving money is you would compare, you can spend money on this, or you can spend money on my product, and you'll save XYZ amount of dollars from my product than you would spending money on things like coffee, for example, and you'll be able to get more knowledge or a return from it. And that's gonna be the video on 2 ways to write sales pressure. Again, you absolutely need these in any sales message that you write, because this is one way that you can motivate a buying decision.